If you've seen this video, it probably means I've been murdered. I think I know who did it. It's... What day is it? It's a day. Oh man, I gotta organize this a little bit better. Throw more things on the ground. Oh, good morning. How's everybody doing tomorrow? How's everybody doing tomorrow? Obviously, I'm doing fantastic. Oh. So I had the day off of work years ago. And a friend came to me and he said that he was feeling a little sick. And I think I said something like, well, just go lay down for a little bit and you'll feel better. And then he did that and he came back and he's like, no, Steve, I'm really not feeling good. I think I need to go in. I was like, okay. He's like, would you drive me? Because he didn't have a car. Would you drive me somewhere to get looked at? He didn't want to go into the hospital. He wanted to go into like a out ranch, something or other. I was like, okay. And he called around and he found some place. I said, yeah, come on in. So he's like, hey, would you drive me there? Once again, I was like, sure, let's go. And so we got in the car and he was in pain. And I was just like, oh yeah, you're probably just not feeling good. So we got to the place and I just like pulled up front and I was like, all right, good luck. Let me know if you need me to pick you up. And he left. And then later, hours later, I find out that he had an inflamed appendix, and needed it removed, and so he had to have surgery. So they had to take him by ambulance to a hospital to have the surgery. 2020. We're driving down to La Crosse. Stacy starts not feeling good. At this point, she's just kind of complaining that something's not feeling right. And I'm like, all right, well, we can head back home. And she's like, no, I'll be fine. And so we get to La Crosse, get to her parents, and she's starting to really not feel good, but we had plans to go see other people. All right, let's get in the car and let's go. And I'm like, can you make it? She's like, I think so. And then halfway there, she was like, I don't feel good. I think I need to go back to my parents. And I was like, okay. Now she claims that I was angry. I wasn't really angry. I wasn't angry. I was mad that, if she wasn't feeling good, we should have probably just stayed home in the first place. But hey, hindsight. So I drop her back off her parents and I go do what I was going to do with the kids. Most of the kids. Yeah, I didn't even take the baby with. So I come back a while later to her parents. By then Stacy had started throwing up a little bit. And we're like, oh, she's really not good. I think she needs to go in. So we make the decision to go back to Eau Claire. And once again, we drive an hour and a half while she's in pain to Eau Claire. And there's good points and there's bad points. We finally get to Eau Claire, and once again, I have to drop her off at the emergency room. Not once again, but like, I drop her off at the emergency room and I take the kids home because we can't go in. And so, drop her off, she goes in, and then I go back to home. This time, nephew came over to, maybe it's just my niece, came over to watch the kids. Or maybe it was my nephew. I don't know. Sorry, guys. While I went into the hospital to see how she was doing. She wasn't really answering my calls either, which is a whole nother thing. I don't know. Once again, about me. And then, yeah, it was her appendix. Once again, she had to go into surgery. Well, not once again, but like, for me, like, this is ringing true again. And she had to get her appendix removed. And 2 days later, she's holding the baby and moving around like she shouldn't, because I went back to work and she had to get things done. Everything worked out fine, but she also had a baby that year. These are two selfish stories about me dealing with specifically appendixes. I think the moral of the story is, if you think you have a problem with your appendix, do not call me, because I am not sympathetic and I will just leave you places. You think I would have learned from the first time around not to do that kind of stuff? And I don't think I was as cold to Stacy as I was to my friend, but I probably wasn't as sympathetic as I should have been. And that's kind of the moral right there. Alright, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a good Wednesday. It's kind of a gloomy story day, gloomy weather day. Wild monkeys.